Hi guys, my name is Richard, as you may already know. Today we're going to be talking about elephants for this distance learning video. And you may wonder why. Well, two reasons. One, he's adorable. I mean, look at the little guy. It's a cardboard elephant, and he's still that adorable. He's more adorable than most flesh and blood people that I know. But number two, and the more important reason, is World Elephant Day is coming up. World Elephant Day is August 12th every year. This year it's 2020, for those of you watching, because the algorithm on YouTube belches it up a few years from now. And we won't be doing a proper event for it this year, unlike in 2019, because of the pandemic. Hopefully that will change next year. What we're going to do instead is a small display and a video about it, so you guys can see it, learn about it, get a little bit more information about elephants, etc., etc. We're talking about the Asian elephant here. We're in Asian Cultures Museum. The Asian elephant is the more endangered of the two varieties. We'll go through, I'm going to keep this brief. Most everybody already knows. Don't hunt elephants for their ivory. It hurts them, it hurts their population. So we'll keep the talk about elephant conservation fairly brief here. Basically, we're on the Asian elephant, which is the smaller of the two species. You find them all across India and parts of Southeast Asia. That's where they're the most common still. They top out at a mere 3 to 4 tons, which is quite a bit more than your big pickup truck at home, probably. Definitely more, probably quite a bit more. The African elephant is bigger. It grows out to about 6 tons at max. The African elephant obviously lives in the bigger brush areas of Africa, going out to the savanna and has a little bit more space. The Asian elephant is a little bit more compact because they're living in a little bit more jungle and foliage areas. The Asian elephant, as I mentioned before, is a little bit more rare, both in captivity and in the wild. Their population is listed overall as endangered by the IUCN, so they're the more in trouble variety. African elephants are listed as vulnerable, so they're in trouble too, but not as badly as the Asian elephants. And long story short, it's all because of the ivory, which is going to be a lot of the topic that we're going to talk about, both in the video and on our display, because ivory is the core of why the elephants are hunted, why elephants have been hunted in the past, and it's the core of a lot of the art about elephants. We'll get into that later as we go by. I'll talk about that at the display. Basically, as you know, don't hunt elephants. It's rude. You don't want to hurt them. Their populations are dwindling, and you want to discourage others from doing so. So we'll go over and we'll walk you through our display a little bit here in just a second. Thank you, guys. Alrighty guys, so this is our World Elephant Day 2020 display, and the first thing obviously that sticks out to your mind is the big elephant here on parade. Elephants have been used as some form of beast of burden for, about 5,000 years. There's actually fossilized remains of elephants with people that imply they were used either as beasts of burden and lifting equipment, or were used for parades and things like that. From the year 5000, year 3000 BC, about 5,000 years ago, with the Indus River Valley civilization. By the way, Indus River Valley civilization is a cool topic. You'll want to research that. We'll probably do a video of that on some point down the road. But yeah, long story short, this is an elephant on parade with the Raja. This is a fabric and ink combination. Fairly common item to get donated. This came from an anonymous donor some years back. Somebody had it. Same kind of deal here. Ink on paper for this little elephant in the corner. And an origami elephant too is along the way. And then we'll get to kind of the core, the favorite part. This is a chess set made entirely out of ivory that's on loan here. The white side, the lighter colored side, is pure ivory, untreated. The brown side is also ivory. And you're probably thinking, okay, how do you get brown ivory? Bunch of different ways. Number one, you can just sit there and let it age. Time ages everything if you let something sit in the sun long enough. The other way is you can dye it or treat it several different ways. if you see on certain like katana handles that are ceremonial, ivory will sometimes be tattooed, essentially. You can tattoo it the same way you would skin with ink and a needle. The other piece here is this letter opener. It's made out of bone, not proper ivory. Bone, obviously, is the thing that makes up your skeleton. Ivory is very similar chemically and structurally to teeth. They're all three fairly similar, but the way the molecules are attached and the way they're structured is a little different. To spare you the really scientific details. And the other piece here is actually one of my favorite things. These are Tibetan prayer wheels, or prayer spinners, depending on whose translation you're reading. These are dark brown, this one, because it's been aged a little bit more standard way, probably sat in the sun, it probably just is older. The one to the front is a little bit more beat up, worn down kind of ivory, lost a little bit of its sheen. Whereas you can see on the darker one, it still has some more sheen. The handle is ivory too, if you look close, you realize. And then this last one is actually a little bit more pristine in what we think of as ivory, that nice pretty white. And it's got elephants carved into it, which seems really paradoxical, but ivory items were used to honor elephants more than one occasion. Usually, we're talking prehistoric, but even more modern, it would be scavenged ivory. You wouldn't have hunted down an elephant and killed it for its ivory. You'd have found a dead one, scavenged the ivory off of it, and used it. You can also use rhinoceros ivory to honor an elephant, so you don't have to hurt an elephant. Now you've hurt a rhinoceros, so you still have some problems there. But sometimes that was done as well. And traditionally, that was easier and makes more sense. That's also why you would have Tibetan prayer wheels, which are Buddhist, really, items that are going to involve ivory and harming an elephant, because Buddha himself would never have signed off on harming an elephant. In fact, the modern cause of the ivory trade is usually for decorative items, seals and official stamp type items, and for religious items attached to Buddhism and Confucianism, despite the fact that you never would have gotten Buddha or Confucius to agree to hunt an elephant. Those are some of the primary causes for the ivory trade, at least in Asia. So, thank you guys for coming out here with us. Hope to see you guys out here, if not soon, somewhere down the road. Stay safe out there, and I'll put my mask back on. And yeah, let us know if you need anything. We'll be doing more videos again next week. Thank you guys for coming out here.